Can the Americans catch up to us in 6th-generation fighter jets? By the end, you'll understand. According to internal documents from the U.S. Air Force, two aircraft models from Chengdu Aircraft Industry Group and Shenyang Aircraft Corporation have achieved cruising speeds of Mach 4 and a combat radius of 2,500 kilometers. In contrast, the most advanced current U.S. fighter, the F-35, only reaches a maximum speed of Mach 1.6. The Chengdu and Shenyang designs even alarmed Lockheed Martin. In recordings of their internal meetings, they said things like, "That's almost impossible. Our labs can't even stabilize a tri-engine fuselage." What shocked the West even more was our pulse detonation engine (PDE) technology. It doesn't require turbines. The Shenyang prototype creates controlled explosions directly in the combustion chamber. As early as 2018, Northwestern Polytechnical University had already published relevant research papers, and since then, we've been simultaneously testing 3 different engine types. The highlight is Shenyang's rotating detonation engine, RDE. Why can't the West do it? It's not about their research capability. It's about whether they're willing to put in the time and conduct the enormous amount of testing required. China has already been testing the lifespan of the detonation engine for at least 7 years, and it's still ongoing. When will it finish? No one knows. For reference, the lifespan testing for the C919 jet engine included 100,000 hours of component tests, 40,000 hours of materials testing, and 10,000 hours of full engine tests, totaling 150,000 hours. That's at least 18 years of testing. No cutting corners allowed. So whether it's our 6th-generation fighters or the H-20 stealth bomber, they rely on massive testing programs, full composite material tests, durability testing, extreme temperature, difference tests, full aircraft trials, and over 10,000 thermal shock tests, all the way until failure. It's a process that takes time, and there's no shortcut. Why has the US made no progress in 30 years? It's no coincidence. That's when they began deindustrialization. They turned to finance, playing the stock market for quick profits. Industrialization was too hard. But while the Americans were busy with finance, the Chinese caught up. All 3 of China's 6th-generation fighter jets use pulse detonation engines. Of course, the Americans want to catch up. US companies could also gather talent to push breakthroughs, but testing a new engine's lifespan takes at least a decade and tens of thousands of trials. It can't be rushed. The second problem is funding. According to Japan's Defense Research Institute, developing just 2 6th-gen fighters would cost at least $30 billion, roughly the same as building 3 aircraft carriers. So why did China invest heavily with decades of strategic patience? To tackle this challenge, here's your answer. An engineer from France's Dassault Aviation revealed that they used supercomputers to simulate combat scenarios. In one simulation, 2 Chinese 6th-generation fighters carrying hypersonic missiles could destroy all radar stations on Guam within 7 minutes. But the real masterstroke is hidden in Beijing's suburbs, at the National Wind Tunnel Center. A project called the Cross-Domain Flight Vehicle has completed 29 tests, including underwater launches that break through the water-air interface at high speed. Staff refused to say whether it qualifies as a 7th-generation aircraft, only stating that it follows Chen Zusen's trajectory theories and explores multiple development paths. One final point. Why are we developing 3 6th-generation fighters? Internal records from a meeting at the Aviation Industry Corporation reveal that a deputy chief engineer said, betting everything on one model, like the US, and delaying it by 10 years is worse than taking on the cost pressure of dual-line development. As long as we don't interrupt R&D, the US can't catch up. Nothing more needs to be said. Let's salute our scientists. So, how many 6th-generation fighter models does China have? Apart from the ones shown publicly, I believe there are still some that haven't been revealed. Exactly how many, no one really knows.